This is Backdoor Boink, where we welcome every side of everyone. Please note, this is an 18-plus podcast. It's time to put in some earbuds if you don't want to answer awkward questions from your children, family, or friends. I'm Kayla, a certified relationship and intimacy coach.
And I'm MJ, and I brought the lube.
In this podcast, we explore the behind the scenes of a weekly wellness topic. Our goal is to help you feel good, be naughty. Thank you for checking out our After Dark, After Hours podcast. You can find more information, including our YouTube channel, social media accounts, events, Discord, and products at boinked.com. That's www.boink-ed.com. Now, let's get in that back door. Let me see a testy.
Again? I have two of them.
Now I'm recording, so it's funny.
Ah.
Okay. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Come on, this one's going to be fun.
Let's just be honest. This one's out of both of our ballparks.
Some of it.
Some of it.
Some of it is new even for us, yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, tonight we decided to call it Curious Kinks. We dabbled in obscure kinks or,
I mean, yeah, you could say they're obscure, but for who?
So, obscure, I think you're thinking of it as meaning uncommon.
Oddities,
yes. Obscure suggests that people just don't know about it. So obscure would have been cool, but I like the idea of it being curious, a little bit uncommon, it plays on it a bit more. So we've decided for this to be part one, because there's always going to be, air quotes, curious kinks. And so we've picked 4 that we want to talk about for this episode.
Okay, and for this episode, we're going to throw a thank you out to Anonymous.
Yes.
What you drinking?
I'm drinking Stormalong.
Again?
These are made in Massachusetts, right?
I believe so.
Oh, these are so freaking good.
Somewhere nearby, somewhere local.
We're not getting paid for that, so
yeah,
I'm just going to drink my drink and...
enjoy it.
Okay.
I have my water somewhere.
Yes. So one of these topics actually came about because we received a request at the contact@boink-ed.com email to please help out in relation to this curious kink.
We'll touch on that later.
Right. It'll be the second one that we bring up. We're going to kind of ease into things with a more common but still curious kink.
So we're going to step lightly?
You still surprise me.
Are we going to
every
pussyfoot
day.
around it?
Pussyfoot? Step lightly? Come on, you got to have something else up in there. We're going to tiptoe around the subject?
No, we tiptoe around the tulips.
I don't know that song, so if there's going to be singing on this part, that's your...
Well, in order to sing it properly, you have to come and grab my balls, pull and twist. Because it's a Tiny Tim song.
Oh, is it now? Okay.
It is.
All right, we'll find other means for singing throughout the podcast then. But yes, our first curious kink is feet.
Mm-hmm.
What's the face? You're making a face.
I don't like my feet.
I don't like your feet.
Okay, so...
But that is your feet specifically.
Yeah.
But I have, and I don't know if we've gone over this, but I have had partners.
We have. I don't know as if we have.
Together, you and I have not played feetsies.
Right.
No.
But I know we have gone over that you have had partners.
Oh.
But what I'm saying is I don't know as if we, as in us and
in the podcast, in the audience, and
people.
All of that.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. So I have had a partner who was interested in foot play of some kind. What was really interesting is that the partner I had never made a big deal of it, so I don't know how into it he was. Never came right out and said it,
Maybe it was a curiosity.
All right, so let's talk about feet. Now, up until a couple years ago, feet was one of the most searched terms on Pornhub. So this is not that obscure. This is not that uncommon of a kink or fetish. And can I just soapbox moment?
Okay.
We're using the words interchangeably. There is a difference between a kink and a fetish. A fetish is applied to generally a non-living thing. A shoe fetish, for example. Technically, a kink involves, a living person or act
But foot fetish flows easier than foot kink.
Exactly.
And it sounds a little more acceptable.
So we're just going to use them interchangeably in this case. Dealer's choice of what you're going to say, listener's choice of which terms you prefer. Some people don't like the word fetish. Me.
Some people don't like the word kink, so...
Okay, exactly.
Whatever.
Okay.
Tomato, tomato.
So when I say foot fetish, what comes to mind?
All those memes of people posting pictures of their feet for their OF, or the jokes about sending me, I'll pay you with my feet pictures, and all that sort of stuff. I don't know how, I mean, it's recently become mainstream.
It's recently become more talked about, more acceptable.
Now, I know somebody personally who sells their feet pictures.
Do you?
I do.
Do they make good money?
They made a decent side hustle.
Yeah?
From what I understand.
I mean, as far as side hustles go, in the OnlyFans, air quotes, sex worker realm, this seems to me like one of the safest / easiest.
If you don't have any distinguishing marks, tattoos, you're not showing your face, you're just sending pictures of your feet.
And even if, say, in a public service position, teachers, first responders.
All the people who could really get in trouble.
For OnlyFans related stuff. At the end of the day, you sold pictures of your feet.
Yeah.
Is that really, can you really, you have a foot or leg to stand on. If somebody wanted to make a stink about that, it's your fucking feet.
But also prove it's my foot.
Agreed.
And that's where I go back to distinguishing marks.
Right. I'm sure people that do have distinguishing marks, a cute little tattoo on the ankle or toe rings or stuff like that, I'm sure that helps with the selling.
Depending on what the purchaser is looking for, yeah.
Agreed. Okay, so I don't know. I've been told I have nice arches. It's fine. Maybe I should do a side hustle.
I've seen your toes.
Hey, they are not. You know what? We're not going to foot shame here. I will stop. I will stop commenting on your scary feet if you do not shame my arches or my toes. Okay? Deal?
Fine.
Deal. All right. So why are people interested in feet? What's the call? What's the arousal? What's the siren song about feet?
Personally, I couldn't tell you. But my question is, since you're asking me a question about it.
Yeah.
From which perspective? From the person with the feet or the person fawning after the feet?
Let's go with the person fawning after the feet.
Must be the arches.
Okay.
Are they golden?
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
That was a stretch, even for you.
Yeah, it was a stretch, but I really, I don't know.
Oh, there's a couple different reasons.
I mean...
A couple different theories.
They're softer, they're more sensitive,
They're extremely sensitive. And whether you are the fawner or the foot provider, that's key to both of you. If you are interested in rubbing feet and giving something to the foot owner, that is a sensitive area. You are giving some sort of sensation as much as you are taking from that arousal aspect of it.
See, for me, I'm down for a good foot rub any day of the week. You can fetishize my feet all you want, but
just touch
I
them,
don't
rub
want to
them,
know.
Massage them.
Because I know what my feet are. Have at.
I'm sure there's somebody out there who would love your feet.
But there's also odors.
The smell. Okay, on this one, I get the idea that people would cringe. Ooh, smell of feet? I instantly, when I was thinking about that, was like, you ever have those moments where you smell body odor?
And you go, ew. Or you smell it and go,
there's something about it. It's
pheromones.
Pheromones, that primal sort of instinct where sometimes, depending on where your mental state is or where your hormones are at, sometimes that smell can be
Just
exciting.
enough. Yeah.
It can be exciting. Sometimes it's like, bleh, no, all the nopes, as I like to say.
Well, there's a reason I take my shoes off when I get to work. I don't like sweaty feet.
Okay.
I don't...
I wonder if for you that plays into you not liking feet. You have a lot of self-consciousness about your feet. You rotate through like 3 or 4 different pairs of shoes because you are worried about
my feet,
sweat and smell.
My feet sweat. My feet, I don't want to, ruin the shoes or sit at my desk and smell them.
You do have some self-consciousness about
do.
it. And I wonder if that plays into it. So they're sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
There's the smell, the pheromone aspect of it. Now, there are some theories as to why, for some people, there is this attraction to feet. Have you ever heard of the kid crawling across the floor as a baby?
Mm-hmm.
Seeing mom's feet. That sense of comfort and recognition of the feet across the room. That's what you're going for. That's safe space.
Okay.
That goes like way Freudian, like way subconscious.
Yeah.
It's a theory.
It's a theory, but it's still a possibility.
Yeah?
Feet, as complex as they are very simple. You have 10 little piggies.
10 little piggy. This little piggy went to market.
And you can put bling on them.
Okay. I am not someone who takes arousal from feet, but there is something about toe rings that I do find weirdly attractive.
Pass.
Okay. Hey.
I'm just
different strokes for different folks.
I just ran through my mind of all the people I've seen attached to the toe rings.
I'm not asking you to look above the ankles.
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
What are we, in Victorian times here?
I wonder if that plays into it too.
Could be.
Generational taboos and what have you. Lady shows her ankles and whew, scandalous. And if those stockings be red, is game on. All right.
I'm simple. I just like the black and white goth.
Well, I don't know what it is about rings on toes that I find appealing. You know what? Yes, it's a comfort thing. My stepmother,
She used to have a toe ring.
she probably still does.
Probably.
have a
I
toe
know
ring.
when she was around, when
She-
we were living up the road.
She used to wear my broken baby clatta
Yep.
as a toe ring.
Mhm.
And now my stepmom was very different than my biological mom. And my stepmom always gave off this like slightly edgy, slightly
Freer.
freer, sexy, just woman vibe, as opposed to my biological mother being like, I'm going to sit all prim and proper. So yeah, there's probably some subconsciousness attached to that this is a sign of femininity and feminine power and all of that.
So got it. If I want you to play with my feet, put on a toe ring.
And go get a fucking pedicure. Oh, hold on, we're not shaming feet. Anyway,
No, we're not. But I just, I'll go get a pedicure.
I think I could get behind, we've been talking about me trying to top more. I think I could get behind some forced foot worship. There is something about, and I've been on the underside of a boot, all right? And there is something
Have you?
about, don't play. Don't play like you don't know.
I believe those were dress shoes, actually.
No.
Oh, no, there
Those
was a
were-
pair of boots, too.
There was a pair of boots. Yes, I've been on the underside of a boot. So there's something to be said for the act of, if you're the top or the giver, forcing somebody to worship your feet, or if you are a submissive bottom receiver, taking that action and worshiping somebody's feet, massaging them, washing them. And these are all, we were going to go into how-tos. These are how-tos. Massaging, washing. Some people like tickling. We'll get into more tickle stuff on a different episode. But I could walk all over you.
Start with the back.
Oh, gosh.
I haven't been to the chiropractor. Start with the back.
Okay, deal. All right, so what are other ways to dabble in foot fetish? We said cleaning, massaging, tickling.
You could get into the dirtier side of using them as...
Oh, like my partner wanted.
Yes.
Okay, so to be clear...
Use them as a masturbation device.
Exactly.
Come on them.
So for the partner that I had, it was to put the soles of your feet together and insert phallic between the arches.
Okay.
But if you have a vulva owner as a partner, nothing says you can't rub your foot along the vulva.
If your toes are clean, you could dip them in. Clean.
Clean.
And trimmed.
And trimmed, yes. Absolutely. I love shoes.
We know this.
If you have someone who has a foot fetish, buy some sexy shoes. Or, if you're the foot fetish person, buy your partner some sexy shoes. You're both getting something out of it.
And with all the websites out there now, you don't have to buy expensive sexy shoes.
No.
For them to look sexy.
No, not at all.
Especially if you're only using them for play.
Exactly. So some flirty shoes, some rubs. Absolutely. All right. Anything else about foot fetish? I am really keen to get on to the other 3 topics that we wanted to talk about. But
I don't have anything else.
okay.
The next one we have
is the one that the anonymous listener sent us.
So for this next one, if anybody has any advice, any suggestions that we could forward on to this person,
comment them. Message us.
comment, message, send it in an email. We won't share your name.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Unless you want to sign it with, like, what are those Dear Abby things? Love, frustrated mom, sincerely, I don't know. Come up with a creative sign-off. We'll share those. Those are always fun. My brain sucks right now. So, anonymous listener wanted to know about...
bellies and belly buttons.
Bellies and belly buttons. Absolutely.
And how to engage with.
Yes.
Because their partner really has a thing for it.
Yep.
Both by reading this email, by giving and receiving.
Right. So, firstly, let's name these. We went and looked up the official terms for bellies and or navel fetish. Shall I make you try and pronounce them?
No, because it'll sound like some sort of sneeze.
All right. So, belly fetish is alvinolagnia.
Bless you.
Okay, thanks. Achoo. And navel fetish is alvinophilia, according to what I found.
Well, we found the same thing, so...
Okay, perfect.
I just couldn't find a pronunciation of it.
I may have gone up and looked at pronunciation.
Yeah.
Just to make sure. So, why would anyone be attracted to bellies or their buttons?
I don't know. You like my belly button.
I love your belly button.
You collect all the fucks out of it every night.
I love the fucks that come out of this. Okay, so I'm going to talk to the listeners now. I'm just going to pretend you're not here.
That's fine.
This gentleman has one of the deepest belly buttons I've ever seen. And apparently it was due to some, what was it? You had a blood transfusion at birth?
Yeah.
Due to severe jaundice.
Yep.
And it left you with a very deep belly button. And weirdly, it's flat on the inside. You don't have all those wrinkles and that little knot that most people with innies get. It's just smooth. And then you're a bear. You have hair everywhere. So
am I a bear or am I an otter?
You're more of a bear.
Okay.
You're more of a bear. And because you have all the fur, it acts like little Velcro and it collects the lint from your shirt and it hoards it in this deep belly button.
Between the fur and the ribbed beaters that I wear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, I pull out the fuzz. And our kid calls fuzz, or used to call fuzz, fucks. So I collect all your fucks.
And that's why I have none to give.
Exactly. Anyway, now everybody knows all about your belly button.
So what?
Yay, we found a part of your body you're not self-conscious about.
At least I have one.
I have met people without belly buttons.
My grandfather didn't have one.
Let's not digress. Due to surgery, right?
Hernia, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yes.
That's how they used to do it back.
Yep, just whoop, so right up the side. Yep, okay. So, why would people be attracted to bellies or belly buttons? It's not unlike the attraction to feet, actually.
Well, have you felt a belly?
They're soft.
They're soft. Some are harder than others. Some are squishy. It's a texture. It's a feel.
Yep.
It's, again, they're sensitive.
They are very, very sensitive.
Especially
because
up
they
top
are,
of the hip bones.
Yes. So they start to move down into what most people would consider a sexual, sensual, erogenous zone. But above that, they are protecting very important organs. And when that is the case, your body has a lot of nerve endings and a lot of vascular construction under there that makes this a very sensitive area.
If it's sensitive, yeah, your mind says, hey, wake up.
Hey, wake up, we need to protect this spot. Which means it's also a very vulnerable area. If you are trusting somebody with the soft and squishy of your belly, that's a pretty, especially with today's perfect body propaganda, you're trusting somebody with a very possibly self-conscious area of your body. That's a huge sign of intimacy. And so, yeah, there's a level of vulnerability and intimacy there. You have the physical sensitivity, and I'm going to wheel it back around to that weird childhood subconsciousness thing.
When you look up, you see the belly.
When you look up, not just that. When you are hugged or held or cradled,
that's where your head goes?
You sit against the belly. That's that skin to skin that they teach nowadays. You are held in against the belly or the womb area. You grew in there, all right?
Well,
Yours just keeps growing. It's fine.
hey.
No, you know what? You're one of those grow shrink kind of people. Give it a month, you'll be as skinny as a rail. It's fine. So, how should anonymous listener engage with this whole belly or belly button fetish?
I've been pondering this since we got the email.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to try out my theories
Oh gosh. For science?
for science.
Am I the giver or the receiver?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, just because we haven't tested it, let's hear your thoughts.
But what I'm reading is they want more interaction with.
Yes.
So you have gentle kisses,
Ooh.
rubbing or petting.
I love you are making that whole cat, what is it called when they do the kneading?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing this
You could do some kneading
gesture,
on the belly. Gentle.
massaging.
Yep.
Yep.
Some people like to have it licked.
Absolutely.
Not how I lick.
No, you slobber.
Yes.
So licks.
Licks. Tickles. Light tickles and brushes. You can incorporate,
Feathers.
yeah, I was going with a feather duster or feathers. Scratches.
Yep. Light scratches.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just want to be able to lay their head on the other person's belly.
And feel the breathing.
Feel the breathing, feel the comfort, feel that safety.
And obviously raspberries. You gotta Zerberts.
Oh my gosh, yes. My favorite thing was that the person who sent this to us listed the different terms. Blowing raspberries, they listed another one, and then they listed Zerberts. Now this must be something that I picked up from my family due to cultural background.
Mm-hmm.
I have never heard anybody else use Zerberts. And over the moon, anonymous listener, that made my day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a very widely used U.S. term, I think.
No, it's not. Raspberries.
Raspberries, Zerberts, and like blowing air. Okay,
belly blows.
Belly blow. Oh, okay. So like when you take a baby.
Or whole belly farts.
All right. Whole belly farts. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't reach my elbow. That.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it tickles, but it feels silly and it's fun.
Playful.
Playfulness, yes. All right, Zerberts. Okay, so I'm going to add on to those with a bit more sexual sensuality style interaction.
Well, my next place was going to be temperature play.
I didn't have that on my list. Put an ice cube in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Or just hold an ice cube in your finger and gently
drag it around.
Drag it and draw.
Yes. And then move in with your mouth. If you're using your fingers with the ice, move in with your mouth so you get that heat afterwards. There's comes in the licking and stuff like that. Well, since we're talking about licking, mine was going to be food oriented. Either drinking from the belly button or eating food, syrups, that sort of thing. This is great because this is one very sensitive area of the body where you can put food on it and not have to worry about weird infections and all sorts of things. Go
all
to
the sugars.
town.
Go for it. Have dessert. Then have dessert.
But actually, somebody brought up the other day about the naked sushi.
Mm-hmm.
Where they
we were
have
talking about that too.
human beings and then they put sushi all over them. I totally want to do that sometime. Not on.
I'm not shaving.
I want to go to a place that provides this service.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to be flossing with your belly hairs while I'm trying to eat my sushi.
2 birds, 1 stone.
All right. Additionally, did you have more?
Not really, no.
Okay. So mine was the eat and drink from was where I was starting. I liked the idea that this is an area of the body, kind of like the feet, where you can have fun with it throughout the day and you are not doing anything blatantly sensual. Put on a little crop top.
Mm-hmm.
If you know that your partner is aroused by belly buttons, put on a crop top. Or if you're not comfortable in a crop top, do that thing where you pull up the bottom of your shirt to like wipe something off of your cheek and flash a little belly button. It's not like you're out there flashing your tits.
True. You could come up behind him. Give him a hug from the back, and just kind of graze your fingers over the belly.
Oh, that's really sweet. Nobody would...
Maybe finger the belly button a little bit.
No one would think twice that that was some sort of erotic play.
Nope.
It looks like a sweet, affectionate gesture.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then we get really dirty. We talked about masturbating with the feet. We're going to talk about coming on a person's belly or in their belly button. Why not? Why not?
Okay, let's just... We've all pulled out and gotten the belly.
Have we?
I've gotten yours.
Well, no, I know that. But I don't pull out generally and
Okay.
come all over your belly. As a penis partner, chances are you've done this.
You've done this.
So make a thing of it. After it's all over the belly, little swirls.
Yeah, play with it.
Don't want to play with it with your finger? Fine, grab something else.
Yeah.
Whatever. Or just poke it with your penis. Why not? So I guess, actually, that whole why not commentary. Oh, also, if you have a vulva and your partner is interested in having their belly button played with, sit on them.
Yeah.
Sit on them and rub on it. Why not? How many memes have we seen about sitting on the face? Nobody's going to suffocate if you're sitting on their belly and rubbing around.
Nope.
Okay.
That being said, grab a little body lube.
Ooh, body lube, belly to belly, or genitals to belly.
We'll go back to that Nari massage.
Nuru?
Nuru massage.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. There are so many ways to make this a sensual or affectionate or erotic experience between partners.
Now, unfortunately, this email doesn't go into whether they're into pain or not, so I can't advise on that.
If we're talking about pain, I didn't get the feeling from the email.
I'm getting more of a sensual
Yes.
kink than a
Pain, masochist, sadist,
yeah.
yes. I mean, if somebody is interested in masochistic or sadistic play with a belly,
give it a pinch.
I was going to say clothespins. Yeah.
Yep,
I
give it a
mean, it's
pinch.
such a sensitive area. Just be careful, but absolutely.
You can make a little zipper.
We might not have time to go over the other two.
Oh, please. This can be a little bit longer than normal.
All right, fine.
We'll try and blow through the other two for you.
Hold up. So when it comes to both of these, there is a phrase that I have continuously thrown out here. When it comes to feet, when it comes to bellies. Hell, we'll throw in, we talked about armpit fucking once.
We did.
Why not? Who decided that the only acceptable area of the body to fetishize was tits and ass?
The brain.
No. We just talked about how in history, it was the ankles.
It was.
There were periods of time where it was the forehead.
Bigger foreheads.
It's just our current state of culture that says tits and ass are the norm.
Yep.
There is nothing wrong with being aroused by other areas of the body. Nothing wrong with it at all.
Nope. Nothing wrong. Don't let people shame you for it.
No. And in the scheme of kinks or fetishizing areas of somebody's body, these two are pretty fucking harmless.
Yeah.
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 Have fun with it. Enjoy the sensations. Explore.
Again, we go back to your why not. Why not? Try it for science. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
No.
At least you can say you tried.
Yep. And if you don't dislike it,
And your partner likes it, there's nothing wrong with that either.
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing something for your partner as long as you are not crossing or allowing them to cross your boundaries. My partner with the foot thing didn't do anything for me at the time.
Didn't hurt you.
Didn't hurt me. I liked seeing my partner's face when they got this as a special treat, when they were aroused by this. I liked that it was something a little taboo. The actual act itself, meh. But there was plenty more that came from the experience that I could enjoy.
Your face the other week after you strung me up.
So when we did suspension, rope play,
Yep.
you didn't get much from it, but my face
Your face.
made the experience.
Yeah.
Okay. I got stuff from it, and
I
enjoyed my reaction.
I got plenty out of it. Rope doesn't hurt me. I'm not going to top for it.
Okay.
I'm okay being a bottom.
I think we should save the next two for the next episode. We are over 30 minutes in.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we can give a little teaser,
We could
and we can...
if I had that screen up.
And so for Curious Kinks Part 2, we are going to talk about sploshing and my favorite. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk about this. I cannot wait. Hentai. Oh my god. Yeah, we're only going to be able to fit 2 in that episode for sure, because I am all just, okay.
Well, we could do the splashing now, I mean, and
Nope,
save you a full episode for hentai if you want. You can just drool over it then.
No, people don't need to hear. I might tell people what my favorite hentai is next episode, but I will not go into the gory details, because hentai can get weird. But anyway,
Yeah.
Let's not?
Okay.
Okay. So that's it for part 1 of Curious Kinks. There is a part 2, as you heard, in the works. And we actually already have 5 other unique Curious Kinks that we will be exploring on future episodes. So who knows how many parts there will be to this series, but they're all wicked exciting. And hopefully people learned something today or found some acceptance, some ideas for exploration even.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? All right. That means this show is yours.
Ooh, for a whole 10 seconds.
You provided plenty the rest of the episode. I'm a little caffeinated maybe, but go.
You think?
Go. Do the thing.
Said a woman with open delight. My pubic hair's perfectly white. I admit there's a glare, but the fellas don't care. They can locate it more quickly at night.
Oh my gosh. To be clear, vulva owners, no one is encouraging you to bleach your pubic hairs. You do you. I don't know what the safety hazards are there. I feel like there's got to be some, but that's a funny limerick. I like it. Nice job. Small round of applause. Yay. That sounds like I'm fapping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Say goodnight.
Good night.
Thank you all for listening to part 1 of Curious Kinks. We look forward to future episodes. We will be back next week. In the meantime, stay you, stay beautiful, feel good, be naughty. Good night.
Are we going to pussyfoot around it?
Pussyfoot. Thanks again for listening to this podcast. I started Boink in 2022 with the goal to create a safe environment and culture for all genders and sexual orientations, to learn about and embrace every part of themselves and one another. We offer workshops, events, and various inclusive products, along with consultations to make sure we take a holistic approach to enhancing individuals' sexual satisfaction with themselves or their partners. I believe that when you accept yourself and your partner on the most intimate of levels, it filters out into your daily life. The World Health Organization recognizes this, saying sexual health is fundamental to the overall health and well-being of individuals, couples, and families, and to the social and economic development of communities and countries. So as long as you'll have us, Boink will be here. Kink-affirming, gender-blurring, sex-fulfilling. And you can find any of our details at www.boink-ed.com.